Sometimes people sit there and they go, well, Jason, why do you not really like turfs so much? And I go, I don't really care or don't care for them, but I call them what they are. At the end of the day, turfs are against the progress of humanity. It's just that simple. I don't see turfs really any different than I see feminists. In fact, turfs would be feminists if feminists wasn't so radical and kicked them out. Turfs are just as radical. The only difference is that they just don't want to play the LGBT game with them. They don't want to include trans people, but at their core, they still hate men. That's really what it comes down to. So the saddest thing about it is turfs have absolutely no fucking problem throwing men under the bus. Meanwhile, the ones who threw them out of their own goddamn movement are pushing the feminist trans bullshit. And they won't sit there and say it's women because that goes against their core beliefs. Their core beliefs is continuing to push the divisiveness between men and women. Anyway, let's get into the video, shall we?
I truly think that trans women are the best of us. The best of us. And not only do I not think that they take anything away from my experience as a cis woman, I think that they are actually one of the purest forms of womanhood and highlight some of the most beautiful parts of womanhood.
Makes no fucking sense what you're talking about. First and foremost, you haven't worked for anything. More than likely, you gotten away with a lot of shit because you seemingly are attractive. You're one of those women that you don't have to do anything extra. You don't have to feel like as though you're losing out on anything. But I guarantee you, you can pretend that you don't see them, but they damn sure see you. And if they could wear your skin, Miss Firecrotch, they absolutely would, Miss Jean Grey over here. They highlight the best aspects of womanhood. They failed the fucking test from the jump. They're men. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And again, and again, and again. I've been sitting here saying this consistently. If they could replace women in a heartbeat, they would. And you know who would also be leading the charge? Other stupid ass women. Women throwing women under the bus. Meanwhile, when you see this happening, the turfs will pop up and go, "Oh, well, look, it's the reinforcements, the turf squadron." And the turf squadron will be like this. They'll have a missile and they'll be ready to drop the missile on the ones causing the problem, and they'll do a complete 180 and throw that shit right at a man who's eating a slice of pizza on the corner just chilling. Like the fuck I do? You breathe.
Because what do you mean that in our patriarchal society, you are going to throw away all of the privilege that you
Buzzword.
have as someone that was born a man and choose girlhood even when it means you have a life expectancy of 40 and you instantly become the most at-risk woman in your society? Like, that's the most beautiful.
What are you talking about? Trans people are not being dragged into the streets and beaten till they are dead. Not in a first world country. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Trans people are not being hunted in the middle of the streets. In fact, most people avoid them at like the fucking plague. What are you talking about? Trans people, listen, I've seen trans people so comfortable, they sit there and say that they're more black than black people. And that black people should be ashamed of themselves because they should know better. They've gone so fucking far because you females allowed them to get this fucking comfortable playing with these reality benders that they can sit there and say to black people, you should be ashamed because you should know better. Imagine a white trans person sitting there saying that, and of course you got them black. It's funny because you got two flavors of trans people that be fucking deranged and crazy, especially in these fucking cities. Like if you go somewhere like let's say fucking New York and you see a black trans person, they're just crazy out of their fucking mind and they'll say crazy shit. But the white trans people, on the other hand, they got a chip on their fucking shoulder. And they'll sit there and tell a black person, tell a black woman. In fact, I covered the video. Go check it out yourselves. They'll sit there and tell a black woman, you should know better. And black people treat me better than you're a traitor to your race. Shit like that. Crazy shit. Didn't we just do a video on Mr. Troon Mr. X who told this lady who was with melanated skin, and she sat there and she accidentally, or she didn't accident, she accidentally or whatever said ma'am, I mean sir, and this person was like nigger, 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 and he was just losing his fucking mind, and they fired the fucking lady who was a senior worker. And at the end of the day, who's the one also leading the charge? Women.
Beautiful thing I've ever seen. How does any woman see someone fighting that hard to be one of us and your gut reaction is to call them a man? No, babe, they're more woman than you will ever be.
Imagine sitting there listening to some head empty ass fucking bimbo, right? Talk about they're more a person pretending to be a woman by emulating them. And they're not emulating the funniest thing is that whenever you watch a majority of these people who are in women face, what are they doing? What are they doing? Let's be honest. Let's break it down. What do you see these people? What do you see these individuals doing? Right? Let's look at Dylan Mulvaney. Dylan Mulvaney's prancing around like a fucking idiot, like a little girl, which is creepy as fucking hell because women don't act like little girls, right? Wearing the color pink and I mean, in other senses, when you looked at the other deranged freaks, getting prosthetics, super over enlarged prosthetics, trying to be sexually pleasing, at least in their deviant minds. Women don't do shit like that. Don't get me wrong. You do have a lot of women that they don't know how to properly dress, and you do like got a lot of women that like to show off. But there's so much more to being a woman than the sum of your fucking parts. But for individuals like this, that's okay for people to sit there and do it. You know what's the funniest thing? If a man sits there and he says that this is what he likes out of women, is he likes them being sluts, it's a problem. But when women do it, it's empowering. And when people pretend to be women do it, you have women running defense for it because that's what women do, which is no, but you know what? All right. All right. Sure. Damnation says, all it proves, which many of us know, that plenty of men will stick their dicks in anything. So go ahead, think you are better than women. Women like me will just be relieved men leave us alone. I am happy with that. So are the men. Seems like a good deal to me. Until men say they have a massive problem with self-deception. Bro, what is this? I stand with the farmers. Damnation. There's only one thing. It's a fucking turf. It, I say it. I'm 9 for 10, and even when I miss, I still manage to hit all three of them with the fucking ball every fucking time. They cannot. They cannot. They're coding, right? They're just feminist. They're just feminists that weren't cool enough and got kicked out of the club. That's all that they are. That's again. That's how I treat them because that's how they are. They hate men. Let's be real. What it is. They hate men. So they're again. You could just be sitting on the side watching it play out. You were told years ago to stay out of it. Stay out of it. So you just sitting watching it go down, eating a slice of pizza. Here she comes. You're like, oh well, so shit. I guess a lady's finally gonna take charge, and she fucking throws the fucking missile at you. You're like, yo, what the fuck I do? This video was about a fucking girl, a woman sitting there throwing other women under the bus, and you somehow still made it about men. All right. I don't think a lot of women have been around to observe transsexuals prior to this movement. Most of them was misogynic, so leaving patriarchy is more about them dominating women from within and rewriting the narrative of womanhood. As I've already said multiple times, if they right now what they are doing is it is the erasure of women. And if you don't see, you're too fucking stupid to see it. And that's the fucking problem. That is the problem. You are too stupid to see that you are being replaced. Now, it's not about coexistence, which is still kind of fucking weird, but it's not coexistence. They think they are superior to you. And this video right here is what they have been parroting for so goddamn long. So the fact of the matter that this head empty ass fucking idiot sitting here saying all of the buzzwords like a good little goddamn parrot, yeah. And I guarantee you at the end of the day, they still gonna have a lineup against the wall because it's not enough. Trans women are not women. They are men with the desire to be a woman. We can respect this desire to a certain level, like calling them miss or something like that. But as soon as they try to invade women territory like boxing dressing rooms or claim they're a better woman, that's a no-go zone. Somewhat fair enough. Somewhat fair enough. And they've been doing this. Stop paying attention to them. Don't feed the trolls. You're keeping them alive. men are the best women makes perfect sense. Yeah, didn't they say that in the beginning? First wave feminism was women are just as good as men. Then it was we don't need men. Um then it was men saying we are the women. I forgot exactly how the meme goes, but it's so fucking funny the way that the waves of feminism came into play. Women like this are literally asking for a handmaid's tale to come into fruition. No, I don't know about that. I know there's a lot of listen, when you find out the number of women that want to be raped, like legit, it's really concerning. It's real concerning. It's real concerning. Because these individuals are out here right now passing laws. They sound real smart, but their brain is they are corrupt. They are deviant to the core. Mm-mm. There is no such thing. There are men and women more feminine than I'll ever be for the ones trying so hard. Yes, sure. That will still not make them a woman. I will never be a man no matter how much hormone I take to grow a beard and get muscles and talk deep. And I can't change my age no matter how much I try. I can look younger or older, but my age is determined at birth. I can't change my race or species. I can't change my true hair color. I can't dye them, but if I want, I can dye them if I want, but it will show. I can't change the color of my eyes, but I can lure people with lenses. There are some genetic traits you have to accept. You can change behavior, knowledge, activities, or modify your environment, but you are who you are. You are not defined by the eyes of others, so don't try to change their eyes to fit what you would like to be. You may fool them for a while, but at one point reality will catch up. That's well said. Oh shit. Whoa. Whoa. Shit. Well, she's only off about a 40 years of the life expectancy when it comes to Western women, and let's face it, that's all that really matters since in most cases of the world, they don't really put up with this nonsense. Not only that, men, especially white men, have been told they are the root of all the world's ills. So it's not all that perplexing why a bunch of the more flexible ones will want to be women. Oh, yeah, because when these guys are seeing women getting all of these advantages, of course they're going to want to fucking pretend and copy them to get closer to them as well, which is, well, only if you're gay. They understand men better because they're men. They are not us. They are of men. The group of Elvis Presley, George Washington, Henry IV, Shaq, Charles Manson, etc. Just in the Olympics, unless the metrics is athletic performance and driving, they immediately get a lower life expectancy. Oh, they absolutely are the better woman. Every single one. Boy, that shit is insane. That shit is insane. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. That's the video. I'm Jason of Auglitical. I swing through the politics so you don't drown too. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.